Hey guys, how's it going? So I'm gonna do this video on Volskaya. Um, I don't think I'm gonna talk about draft that much this time. I don't even know how the draft went, and I probably won't go back and look at it. Ooh, boy, it's loud. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at a few key things, and let me pull up what I actually am looking at from the last time and see what I kind of suggested last time of what areas you guys needed to work on and kind of how you improved on that. So the main things from last time was you guys miss a lot of soak. You don't get camps nearly as often as you should. Tanks should be leading the engages. Use globals and don't fight before talent advantages, vice versa, if they have it or if you have it, if you don't have it. So we're going to look at that. We're going to look at the camps here on Volskaya, the 3 camps, seeing if you guys get those off cooldown, seeing how you guys do with soak, and kind of going from there. Draft-wise, I feel like it looks fine for the most part. I think Rexar is a good hero. I think he is way better in maps where you need to control a point. So Dragonshire Braxis, I mean, he's probably still really good here because I think he's overtuned, but he clears a lot slower. So in maps like this where you can pick something like Malthael Blaze, Urel, like those types of heroes that, or Leark, where they can clear very fast and move on to the lane. Next lane kind of shines on this map. So let's see what we can look at and improve at. So first thing I'm going to look at is how do you guys work on rotation? Are you guys going to soak it fast and move on, or are you guys going to posture for a long time like you used to? So what it should be is looking for out of position, and if you don't get it, then just look for the soak. And one thing too that I was talking to Nair about the tank wise, Garrosh is really hard on this map into Johanna, and it's another thing where if you first pick the Garrosh without banning a Johanna, you're gonna struggle a little bit, just because you can't throw it. So what you got to do is you just got to poke and poke and poke until this Johanna's poked out, then you can throw her. Like, you don't have to look for like a 0 to 100, like, or 100 to 0 HP. You can look for, Garrosh zoning back here, making sure no one creeps up to you guys. If someone comes here, you can stand out here and just poke. And if someone comes here, then you can throw them back. Whereas instead, you don't have to always look for like, Johanna's here. You don't have to always look for here and get a 100 to 0 burst. So, especially since on this map there's not much bushes, so. Alright, so we're going to just look at the wave clear for now. And just, minor point is just everyone should be just ready for the wave clear. If you're not seeing anything wildly, just look for the wave clear. And then other point is tanks should be stepping up for globes, and especially since you have Misha, it's a free person to do without any risk really. So here they get a globe, they stack KT for a globe for free that you could deny. So just a key point. Okay, so you got the wave clear. You missed 1 minion and 1 minion bot. So overall, compared to last game, it's a lot better, soak-wise. So you clear the wave, rotate down. I wouldn't use your E's on these, really. Just small nitpick. Like, it's not going to provide that much more wave clear. So the benefit of this is, now that you get ahead of this rotation, you're ahead by quite a bit. So you can clear this, clear that, and then your next wave, once you're rotating back down, you can send someone off for this camp here. So I guess for this situation, like, you know, since you're already ahead, like, you can use the E to get further ahead. So yeah, boom. So situations like this, Nair, when you guys are ahead of the rotation, instead of sitting on a bush like this, you're not really going to find much. I would just sit on a bush like this, because then you can get the soak. One thing about the tanks, on this map especially, this is one of the maps where I think this is different than others. Maybe not even. So say this is like Infernal Shrines or even Tomb, like you rotate up, you guys clear the wave, now they rotated down and they're clearing the wave. If you're ahead of the rotation, I would honestly just pitch in one of these bushes just to make sure you don't miss any soak, rather than this one, because I think your team is pretty safe. You only have the Orpheus to worry about. So I would, right here, just make sure you get the soak as opposed to anchoring this bush, which, you know, I don't think this bush... So what I was saying in Volskaya in general, this bush is just kind of pointless, honestly, in my opinion, because, I don't know, anchoring it is hard to get out of. So to get out, like, say they like come and check this bush, for you to get out of this bush is you gotta go over here, you gotta run around, or even like if you see them walking this way, you gotta run here and out. Whereas like say on like Infernal Shrines, right? Bear with me on this, because this is pretend like this is the mid lane of Infernal, this is the bot lane of Infernal. You know, those bushes are going to be here and here. If you anchor this bush on Infernal and you see them rotating down, your out is boom. They don't even see you taking the out. Whereas this one, they see you taking the out. So once again, these are small nitpicking, because I feel like right now you guys are doing your job. Everyone's doing what they're supposed to do. So, and situation like this, when your team's doing the camps, I would pitch Jesus top, stay there. If you see him mid, then you can just go ahead, clear the wave, get ahead, because then your team's going to be rotating mid to get the mid soak, and you can stay top and get the top soak, and then come down. And that helps you get ahead of the rotation. And then for Nair here, just, I don't like this bush, so I would just sit here, or honestly even I think like sitting here is better, because then you at least see them coming here and here and you can run faster. Whereas this type of vision isn't as much. Like you don't see if they're coming here if you don't have vision. Like you won't see them coming until they come here, or if they're already right next to you. So yeah, just understanding where, how you can get ahead, and smaller things like this is one of them. Just staying there, because you're already going to be behind in the mid soak, so just hit the top soak, and then that'll put you back ahead. Because right now your guys are ahead, since you have the camp and you're pretty much even on soak, you're ahead. So now you're both teams are going back top to get this top soak at the same time, when you could have, Jesus could have got this top soak at the same time you got the mid soak, and then now you could have been rotating for here. Oop. Okay, that was a good look. So that's what I'm wanting to see, is poking out the Joe, and then when the shield's about to expire, then go for the throw. So yeah, these three stay in soak, Nair goes down. Because they're all here, so keep the more team members on the top side, because they're all here. So don't leave Dookie by himself, especially since he has the turret. Honestly, I like this. I like that you're doing the bushes, but I don't know, honestly. I feel like it's just this map in particular that this one's just... I don't feel like it gains that much. I mean, but let's see. So you catch this rotation, but there's nothing to really do for it. So I just kind of realized mid-talk of like why I say that this is not as good. Because this bush, you're not really going to be getting many engages off. Like, for you to run over here and catch someone, your team's not going to be sitting here either. Whereas, like, other maps, like, the bush is closer to your team. The bush is also closer to the enemy, where you can just, like, say this is, like, that mid-bush in Infernal right next to the mid lane. Your team's right here. They're right here. You just walk out, throw them, boom, your team's right there. Whereas here, it's just, you know, it's just so far from everything. That's probably the last I'll talk about that bush. The idea of itself is good and a huge improvement from last week. So at least it's the thought that counts. Okay, so camps, soak. And this is one of the things. Okay, I did say I wasn't going to talk about this bush, but I would just say here. Just get the soak.
We've redesigned our tree glove protectors for combat in the Nexus. Prepare
Nice.
to begin field testing.
But see, like, that rotation. It's so slow. I feel like the only time I would sit this bush is if I was a Garrosh or Diablo or a tank in general, and like my team's doing a heal camp. Because then they might like engage on you and like be like, oh, their tank's not here, let's just go in, and then you boom. Okay, now I'm done. I won't talk about that bush anymore. I swear. Okay, I like this. Timing the camp. Missing soak though. Yeah, missing soak, okay.
Tree glove terminal online. Take control of it to pilot the map.
Bot lane, everything's going well. So here, I played with a few of you guys before, and it was on this map, and kind of just, you don't need to go on the opponent right away. You can abuse the top lane, you can abuse this heal camp before going onto the point. So if you see them capping though, be careful bot, but otherwise, you know, abuse the top lane so you can get this free push, which you guys are doing perfectly. And you're doing the camp. So far everything is going perfectly. Because this team is just, they're wasting their time. They're doing a cap that doesn't really mean anything while you guys are securing macro, more items. Everything in general is putting you guys ahead. Honestly, though, I would have just gotten one more soak and then come down, because I would have probably gotten you 16. One soak here, and then go down. Okay, so one thing here that you were talking about is how do you engage these, because it's kind of tricky. One thing I touched on is I would just poke more. It gets tougher when the enemy is the first one on the shrine and you don't have as much time, so you kind of have to go in. But as long as you're on the point, they can't cap the objective, so you can be patient. So here is like what I look for is I'm the tank. I'm kind of wanting my team to poke, right? Like they have to like come into you eventually and push you off so they get the objective. So I'm just wanting my team to poke, but the things I'm looking for right here in this situation is there's a Sonya bot, there's no one top, but there's a camp pushing. So while this camp is free pushing, I'm back here. If someone rotates to this camp and clears this camp, I am right here. And I'm just being as aggressive as possible because now it's a 5v4. So KT's showing top. You guys want to be aggressive. Just put some damage on this Joe. Because now you're giving them free clear. They're still on the point. You know? So you're giving them value everywhere on the map because just not being aggressive. Okay. So now you're getting the soak. Okay. So here, I probably would go back to being back here. if you guys want to be risky, if anyone shows on any lane, you send a couple people here to do that. But it is risky because if you don't cap it in time and they come back, then you're just kind of screwed. So that's kind of like a bold play you can do. I do it a lot just because most teams would opt in for not rushing this objective. So, plus then it would give you 3 things to their 1. And if they're not coming on this objective, that probably means that they're on this if it's up. So that's what I would do. Okay, nice. And then if you're doing this and you think they're on this, then you just send one person, get this soaked up. Or mid. So yeah, you kind of got to stay here just because you don't want them to cap it. Rexar just needs to come up right now. Okay. So what do you look for? Kitty's going to stun you. Once you come up, you can Indomitable and then go up. So... okay. So now, what am I looking for? I just want to step on the point, don't make sure they don't cap it, and then poke this Johanna back. Poke her back, poke her back, poke her back, poke her back. And then once she's low enough, then I'm going in for a throw. Or even like if anyone else like this Sonya steps up. And then, so right now Misha's on the point. You guys just get this out. This turret out, nice. Everything's looking good so far. But gotta start using these turrets. I would have just thrown the turret down. So do you throw the Joe here? Honestly, so you throw her back, you're causing problems for your team because now you get, if you throw her here, you get 3-man stun. Throw her here, she stuns the Rainer. You throw her here, you do the same combo, throw Q, and now you get a 3-man stun and it lets your team push up. If you're ever playing against a Johanna, you got to make these decisions to throw forward or throw back. And this is a throw forward situation because it lets you, it opens your team up to come up and it disables a few of their teammates. I'm going to look at your cooldown specifically. Okay, so yeah, you had it up, so I would just throw that. Because I think what right now you might be looking for the kills. Like, will this give you a kill? And you don't think so on the Joe. But it's not always about the kills, it's just creating space. And that's something that Garrosh does really well. So here, drop this heal camp, push forward. And this is like a low Johanna where maybe now it's time to throw her back. Make sure you drop the heal camp forward so that, because now it's you're restricting yourself to this end of the thing, whereas now you can't step up. So them, it's like, yeah, this KT can drop all his stuff right here because that is the Venn diagram of Juice. Okay. So you have no items. So how do you engage this? This Joe. I would look at this Joe. You can get an EQ off her before she does anything, unless she does that. If she does that, then I probably just go up here, throw them back. Don't throw them back to, not back to you, but like back here. Because you're just trying to, so what you're doing here, if you're throwing it back, you're kind of helping out this Joe and kind of separating your damage. Whereas if you throw it over, you're creating more space for your team, is my point of view of it. So now it's like the target instead of Joe becomes a Thrall, which is kind of a good thing. But the Joe's already low enough where it could be a kill. Okay. So now you just tap. It's looking good. Ooh. Okay. Soak. Soak. Point. So here you just beeline it. Don't soak this, you just beeline it right here. They don't have the Johanna, so this is your opportunity. Beeline it. Don't run the safe way, just run the aggressive way. You want to look for a pick as soon as possible here. Okay, there it is. Boom. Okay. Unfortunate. 2 if you, oh no, maybe because he just runs that way. Never mind. Okay, but gets you guys the objective, so far good. So one thing to look at on this map is what should your objectives be doing at each time of the game. First objective should be front wall, and Sippy. Second objective should be opening up the map. So it should be fort, possible fort. Third objective should be a keep. So that's something I'll touch on later in the game, see how you guys use it. So should be front wall, leave. Front wall, Sippy, leave. That's the objective. And whoever's driving, make sure you always get in this corner, because you're tanking 2 shots. And this thing has some good range, so... And the reason it's top wall and Sippy is because the next objective is always top, so... And one thing also to like, it's a good mindset to keep, is you want the timer bar to be even with your health bar. So if your health bar is going way below your timer bar, you're being too aggressive. If your health bar is above your timer bar, you're probably not being aggressive enough. That's a good thing to like keep in mind. Okay, so good. Still tanking 2. Like, even if this jump thing makes you tank 2, you can still move right there. Okay, you're looking for that. So this is good. Save that, the throw thing, because you're going to want to, the grapple hand, whatever you call it, because once you get this tower down, you're going to grapple this fort, because it disables forts. So you can grapple hand this and then just go in for the Sippy. So, yeah, now you can just poke that since there's 3. But you have to make sure you get this. You can be more aggressive because you have more health than you do have time. Nice. Okay. So, first objective was a win. You did exactly what you needed. Okay, so now what do? You just do the camps. I would just get them all off cooldown just because it gives you XP. And you're already like a full level lead. This one I don't agree with, this call. It might work out for you because you have 10, but the only problem is you have no idea where anyone on their team is. So they could be here and they're almost 10. So I would just get this off cooldown right away, because by the time the next objective's up, this will be off cooldown and this will be off cooldown. So you could have 2 of these camps and 2 of these turrets for the next objective. I don't know exactly if the timing is accurate, but I think it is, because this objective you can last a long time, and we'll find out. I'm pretty sure though. So yeah, this is nice. Much better than that. So this is good. Missing soak bot, but the camp just to get it off cooldown is probably worth it. Okay, you're doing the camps. Doing the soak. I don't think you need all 3 to do this. I would honestly send support and assassin and then have one of the assassins soaking. Because now you'll miss soak top. Maybe, actually. Maybe the speed. You still missed a minion. But, I mean, overall, in the grand scheme of things, like, compared to last week, how much soak you guys missed, this is a really big improvement. Okay, so 2 minutes and, what is it? 3 minutes. So we'll see when the next objective spawns and if you guys could have done it. Let's see when. I'm gonna find out when that objective ended. So 7:14. So 10:14 would be when it would technically be up, but probably I'll say 10:30, 10:40. Just to account for the time it would take you to get there and do the camp. So 10:40 is when you'd have it up. So let's see when the next objective is and if it's at 10:40. Like, this is good and all, but I think this is more beneficial because you might get 2 as opposed to this only getting 1. And the way it's shaping up is you guys are going to get 13 before they have... you should be 13 before the next objective, I believe. So you should be having a level lead before the next objective. And then when you have that 13 or 12 level lead, then you do this. So let's see, let's speed through till... Okay. So what I would do in this situation is I would put the Rexar mid, get the mid soak, then come back down, and then everyone just full push top. Because you have this camp, and the more damage you do top, the better off you are for the objective. And Rexar can kind of double soak if he uses all the abilities, but it's kind of a free clear for them. Okay. And this is why I kind of say just poke the Jode, then go. Unless you get like a free like bush engage, which shouldn't usually happen. Why does it say control point unlock? It's kind of throwing me off. I thought the objective was starting, and I was totally off. So 10:40. Trying to remember that. So far, this game is really, really good in terms of camp soak engaging. Like, it's night and day from last week, in my opinion. I think the one thing so far for improvement is, one, I think you could have picked a solo lane that can double soak easier, because then that would let you guys be more aggressive as a 4-man. And I think you can still double soak this in a way. Because I feel like you have been bot for a long time. So, and then this is one of those ones I was talking about earlier. I would just, if you see them bot or mid, they're going to stay for another mid. So you just push up to here, get this next soak. Okay, I'm going to stay on you though, so I can see your perspective, what you see. Okay, but I do like that. Okay, this is one of my criticisms of splitting off someone earlier, so it's good that you guys are doing it now. Okay. Okay, so this is where I said this is now where you should have done the heal camp, because now it's you have a clear level lead. They're not going to get 13 before you do this heal camp, so you're totally fine.
I'm getting another terminal ready for you.
Okay, so maybe we're a minute off. Uh-oh. Let's see what happened.
I'm getting
Think
another
you stayed to get
pheromone
another soak, or? Yeah. If you're gonna get this next, oh, well, you see him. Yeah, you walked into that. That's all on you. Okay. So how do you recover? Just soak out. Now you would have had time.
Take
You
control.
still have time for this. This is... Let's cool down on these. So yeah, you probably wouldn't have time for that, but... No, yeah, you would have. Probably would have. 10 seconds? Yeah. I think you could have. So I like that. They're on the point, so you just be aggressive, take theirs away. You should do this one now, because you have time. They're on the heal camp though, that's the only thing you need to worry about. But since you have a heal camp, now you're net 3 turrets. You're 3 turrets and even on heal camps. Unless they didn't do the heal camp. Okay, so you have 1 heal and 3 turrets to 1 turret. So there's no way you should lose this. And I think for you guys that saw him played with me, kind of if you have this big of a item lead, is just spreading them out over time to make sure that they last the entire duration of the objective. So what I would do is drop a turret right away, right when you start this fight, and then possibly drop the heal camp, because they should back off, because you have so many items. So I would drop the turret right away. Oh, that's a throw. Turret and heals need to be dropped right now. I feel like I underestimated how much time. Oh, it's because I can't even read it. That's 75. So yeah, so if you're running behind like this, then okay, so this was an issue of last week's. I know you guys are running out of time, so it has to be quicker, but I think everyone should have been able to get here. This is a soak that you avoid because you have to get there and you're already a level lead, so this is putting you ahead, but when you need to get the objective, don't bother. Okay, so why you lose this fight is because you engage on this Sonya and Rexar and Misha are right down here. So let's see. So boom, this fight's over and Rexar isn't even in the fight for the entire of it. So I think things to work on for this fight is the engage was fine, but team's not there, and I think you need to just be aggressive with the items. Even if you drop like heal and 2 turrets for this, it's honestly probably fine. Okay. So defending it, just offlaner soak and everyone else defend. Because now, so second objective, what does this get you? Should get you forts. Should get you, the wall is no problem for them anymore. So it should get them this fort, and then this wall, and probably this fort as well. So It's good. Even if you guys had everyone up, like, they still get this for it. Like, look how much health they still have on this. It's only a quarter with Raynor, so it'd probably be halfway with the Orphea as well. So, and it's halfway lined up right with the timer. So, it's probably a second for it as well. Oh my gosh, okay. So they're just opting in for... They're opting in for the third objective, which is also a good play. Just gotta be careful. Okay. So, this camp, this soak, this soak. So Rainer's got the soak, Orphea does this, Garrosh gets this, Rexar goes down. So good, good, good. Going to be good. Boom, this is up. Orphea and Stukov on that. Garrosh here, Raynor. I would just check this bush and sit in this bush. This is really good. This is what Raynor should be doing top. Just because if you're mounted like this and just getting the soak on the edge, then they aren't going to be able to engage on you. Okay, Sonya's top. This is actually an engage if everyone would go to it. You could be aggro there. Okay. Soak, soak, soak. This is all pretty standard and pretty good. Ooh. I feel like you can make something out of that. I think you... Oh, man. Oh. Do you have all your cooldowns? Just crushing jaws that. Crushing jaws that, drop the turret. Then you got 2 kills right there, and then you get the turret back. Ooh. I think you guys could have done something there. Okay, soak, 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 soak. I honestly don't think you guys have missed many minions this entire game. Whereas like that one other game where you missed probably like 10 waves total. Like if you count all the minions that you missed. And the wave clear is faster too, where everyone's kind of throwing down everything on it. So, let's see what happens here. Okay, so it seems like everyone made the call to go in on the objective, but smell, it's kind of out. So, just got to be on the same page. If you're going to go on the objective, get the objective. And situations like this, like if you're on the same talent level, I wouldn't worry about soaking. It's only if you're you know, getting close to that next talent tier that I would worry about the soak. If the objective's up. Okay, so just back up. Everyone needs to pull back. Stukup's dead. So fight's over because just gotta be with it, with everyone. Everyone's gotta be on the same page. So if he's going to off soak, then you just back up, get more soak as a team, rather than just one person in 4. Because you can get, like, you guys did it on the other 2 objectives where, you know, you'd be opting for soak and camps, but it'd be everyone doing it. But then this one, I don't know what happened here, where this one seemed like it was one person thinking to do the off and let them get some percentage and then everyone else. So okay, so we just gotta wait a long time. I don't know how you guys win this. I feel like this is one you guys won. I'm not sure. Or maybe it was the 4th objective. Okay, good. This soak is huge. So basically, like, yeah, right, once you lose that fight, you just split right away. Okay, soak, this camp, heal camp. You're giving the objective no matter what. I think you could have gotten all the camps. So, let's see. So this objective, 3rd one, is basically keep or open up the map. 3rd one is definitely open up the map, every single fort, or potential of keep. I'm kind of speeding through everything now because I feel like you guys are doing so much better that I don't need to talk about like mini micro. This, like, especially for like tanking wise, because there's not much to really go for here. It's just defending, don't die. If they were doing this properly, they would have used the hand thing on this, and then it's free keep. The one thing you can't do here is die. So as long as you don't do that, then you're good. Or like this. This is one reason why I don't like Orphea. Not a fan. It's just seems like she's always like having to get out of position to stuff. That was really good. So that's a good trade. This KT should die if you taunt. Okay, that's not bad. You don't have to throw it yet, but in 3 seconds, so if you just follow the Sonya, it's another kill. Okay. Nice. Okay. Now you just back up. The Rexar push from top was actually really good. I didn't touch on that, but that was really smart. Because yeah, the 3rd objective usually would be keep. So even if you hardcore defend, you probably won't stop it. So it's good that you got value elsewhere. Okay, 2 dead. Yeah, I like this. 4v3. Bot soak needs to be done. So Rexar on the bot soak, everyone else on this camp. So you do this camp, then everyone else rotates top, clears top. And at this point in the game is where I would say everyone needs to stick together. Not everyone besides like the solo lane. Case could be made for the solo lane to stay together too, but they're just looking for any stragglers essentially. So anchor's good. Soak. Top soak, bot soak needs to get. There's not really much to engage on here. This is actually, I do like this. If you guys all positioned to this and did that instead. Because then you'd be up a Sippy. Okay, bot soak, nice. So now you have Sonya top, you just get on the point right away. Okay, so I'll slow this one down to look for engages. So I like this. Don't show though. I would stay here, because I think this KT would step up. Also, I don't know if it's something you do for keybinds, if you use 1 and 2, but you should consider binding something, and this goes for everyone, binding something to F. It totally depends on your playstyle. Like maybe you guys are so comfortable with 1 and 2, but for me personally, like I feel like pressing 1 and 2 with like your ring and middle finger is much harder than using your pointer to press F. So you could bind something to F and then faster response. That's what I do, at least. Okay, so if Aether comes back, you want to look for a fight right away. Let's see. Okay. So now, since it's a 5v5, I would say just let your team poke, and then once someone's low enough, then go for the throw. Soaked really doesn't matter too much anymore, so I would just focus point. Okay. Even if it's this Rexar stun to here and then you go here, that's really good. That's what I would look for there. It's huge Rexar stun with the, so what I'd look for here, so this is another thing. So like, just ignore this, because now you're not in position to engage. So say he like Rexar stunned into like his wild, oh he doesn't have wild boars. So Rexar stunned into like silence. Now after that engage happens, then you gotta go. So you might miss it. Okay, so there's a Sonya engage. Okay, that's good. Okay. Just taunt the Sonya. Ooh, that's a big chunk. But you trade. That's probably as good as you can do, honestly. Like I said, I think one thing for Garrosh in this map is that he kind of relies on either two things: letting your team poke and then you go in, or having someone else engage. And I think the Rexar, if you go the other ult here, you can slow them and then go in the slow them with the other ult, then charge, and then you kind of set the Garrosh up, especially on a map that he struggles on. Against a tank that he struggles on. Okay, so now you guys win the objective. What does this one do? This is 4th objective on the map. This is keep. Guaranteed keep. Like, look at this health pool. Honestly, what I would do, if you're worried about it tanking too much, go up right here, take this wall, and then take this keep. Like, take the side wall and then go keep. So you're using this objective as a second objective, essentially. Like, yes, you're opening the map is good, but you can get the keep first, then come back and open the map. I'm betting you don't get the keep now. Tanking 2 of these. Not too good. Yeah, it's kind of going for kills first, but go for go for the keeps first, because usually once you get the keep, so say you went over here, right? You go over here, and I would say just join the crew, get the catas and then join the crew. So here, say you get this mid 4, which took you literally half a second, and then you get this wall, you go here, then you can kind of step back, get this wall, and then you have this entire thing open. where you can look to team fight. Whereas now you're kind of looking for kills when there's not really much openings. Like you get a kill, which is nice, but it's not going to get you much. It's not going to get the keep anymore. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So yeah, moral of the story is this objective is the fourth one, which should get keeps, guaranteed keeps. So first one is front walls of mid and top. Second one is forts, opening up the map. Third one is completely opening up the map and then potential keep, and then fourth one is a guaranteed keep and possibly core. Like it's 23 minutes in, so this could win you the game. Okay, right away. Camps. Okay, you do this because, yep, this is good. KT's dead, so you just go for this right away. And just nitpick, if you have the Garrosh anchoring the bush, which gets you the soak, just get on the camp. Because even this soak, Garrosh can get. So it's just risking your position. Like, Johanna could have ulted you there. She should have ulted you there. And then she ults, Sony dives, Deckard goes. And just stay in, unless you see him, stay in mount. Okay, so camp. Oh, shit. I was texting. Okay. Let's rewind this even a little bit. Alright, so mount up, because you're risking yourself. This is good. Misha can do this job. She can just auto attack. You can literally be here, Misha here, and you're still getting soaked. So you're advantaged. So this is just unfortunate. Like, how can we avoid this? I gotta turn it slower. Okay, how can we make this better? So, two options. Mount up from the beginning, stay here, and Misha's here. Or you mount up here, Misha here. I like this option, because then you just like click Misha onto like dismounting, and then Misha's your anchor. So I think you actually had vision of that. So, and then just beeline it this way, the safest way possible. And even just sending Misha into these bushes at this point. So yeah, you don't know where any of the team is, so don't go anywhere near bushes. Yeah, it's a yikes. Okay, bot soak. So yeah, for most of this game though, is literally I'm saying what you should be doing, and pretty much everyone is doing what they should be doing. So overall, it's a big improvement.
Let's get out of here.
Okay, are they gonna commit this? No. Okay, I would do 2 or 3 lanes. This is gone, so I would ignore this. So I would just do two lanes bot. You have top pushing, so. Okay, so camp is up. This one's not, so just do this. Heal camp's not up. Someone get mid. I would get a bot. Nah, bot's not important. I would just get to the point right away. Okay, so it's looking engaging. So this is why I think the other ult might have been better, just because this one's good damage, but you already have damage. The other one's a little more utility, especially with the Garrosh. Might be a little better. It just would help him out, especially since the other one at 20 you get it's a root, so that just roots their entire team. Raynor gets slows off that for his level 1. Just all around sets up Orphea's ult. Yeah, like if you get the 20 root, like their entire team's rooted and Orphea gets a free ult, followed by a free Stukov like root silence, followed by free stuns on Misha, followed by free Garrosh, whatever. So if you, since you don't have it, what I would look for is just send Misha, charge that, and then Garrosh follow. I feel like it should just be Misha leading the charge and then Garrosh following, because it's just hard for you to step up into a Joe. So charge. Like charge and then just activate the ult. Boom, charge the Stekkert. At least to get pressure off and move the Johanna up, and then you can look here. Like, did you go the reduce cooldown? Yeah, so you can kind of just use it willy-nilly. Okay, so that opened up, but you're not gonna, I think team's not really there to follow this. Oh, like if they were, it's okay. You could probably get that thrall, but I would just full back, just poke them off. Ooh, okay. So this is good. I wonder if you have a Misha stun follow. Ooh. I think if this Orphea ult hits right here, I think you win this fight. Oh, I think you definitely win this fight. Because then Garrosh lives, he can go up and drop the turret. Turret has to be dropped much sooner, and that has to be dropped much sooner. Because these level 20 fights this late in the game, they're going to be over really, really quick, so just drop the things as soon as possible. So yeah, just little small miss micro, and you have this fight. Like small miss micro on the Garrosh to drop the turret sooner. Small miss micro on just a little bit lower on the Orphea. Small miss micro on this thing. So now I feel like you guys got general macro down for soak wise, camp wise. Overall, I think it's just coming down to small little macro or micro. And then here it's just go that way. Like you can still technically win this fight, but I think you have to be with the team still. Don't try and carry, just try and work with the team. That, hate to see it. Sad. Yeah, like I think if you were with that team the whole time, I think you guys can clean up quite a bit. And that's the game. 5th objective. It doesn't even have a health bar because it's over. Like this one's just the infinite health bar. No bars. Just 1 bar. Okay. So yeah. So what to look for from this game? Kind of just micro setting up the engages, honestly. I think it would have turned out a lot different if you picked the other ult. I think the other ult's better anyway. Just because it's utility, he already has stuns, he doesn't really need damage. The damage is nice, but yeah, doesn't really, it's not that special. So I think if you use that one to set up the Garrosh, the engages would look cleaner. It would synergize with both Orphea and like this thing too. Look at this. Slowed enemies. So you're getting the other ult would give more damage to Jesus, more damage to Dookie, give better engages for Nair. Like overall would have been totally different game. I think it might have made those little micro mistakes have a better impact. But overall, I mean, this game was so much better than last one. So nice.